Okay, so we're just going to work through the day books for this question Castle Bookstore. So in this question, we are working as a bookkeeper for Castle Bookstore. We're told that they are based in Main Street, Tullamore, and they are VAT registered. We're told that they are a wholesale company who distribute and sell books, e-books, e-readers, and provide writing workshops. Now, this question is written to give us an exposure to different VAT rates. So kind of it might not always be a realistic type company that they are. We're told that the company engage in both credit and cash sales, that they are registered for VAT, and that they charge VAT on the sale of books, ebooks, and readers at the standard rate of 23% and on writing workshops at 13.5%. So we're told that we're employed as a bookkeeper and we've been asked to record the details for the month of August 2025. We're asked to carry out each task in the order in which it's listed. And then we're told that they commenced business on the 1st of August 2025 with a capital injection of 80,000. Of this amount, 79,800 was lodged to the current account and 200 was held in petty cash. We're asked to enter the information into the relevant daybook and to use the source documents to write up the following books of entry. So sales return daybook, the purchases returns daybook, the bank lodgement book, the bank check or the bank or check payments book, and the petty cash book. So we're asked to write up those transactions. Then there's other little bits and pieces there around rent and restoring the petty cash that we will come back and look at in a few minutes when we're doing the relevant book. Okay, so I'm going to start with the sales day book. So we have a set of source documents here. So typical business would have loads of paperwork coming in and out. So it would be, excuse me, it would be issuing invoices for goods that it has sold during the course of the month. It would receive in invoices for goods that it has purchased during the month. It would have bank lodgement books. It would have check or bank transactions that it has paid money out. And it would also have petty cash vouchers. So the first thing that we do is we go through each of these source documents. So there's 21 pages of them. We go through them all and we decide where does it sit, excuse me, or what book will it sit in. So we see here that we have an invoice that was issued by Castle Bookstore, who we work for goods that it sold during the month. So it was an invoice Castle Bookstore issued to Skulwera. The invoice number is 1003. The invoice date is the 8th of August. It sold a couple of books to them. It also had training. So the total amount, the net amount comes to 3135. And on top of that, there was VAT. So a total of 3713. So that is a sale. So it'll go into our sales day book. Okay. So sales day book for that one. So I'm just going to write if I can somewhere on the page. No, probably can't. So let's see if I can do it up here. Okay. So I would just mark on it sales day book. Okay. So handwrite on it sales day book. Same with this one. It's an invoice that we issued to James Street Primary School, and it's for 2,256. So again, sales day book. So just mark it anywhere where it's to go. Another one, school where I bought more goods off us on the 18th of August. So I'm just marking on it sales day book. Now, I'm not going to do that with all of them because it's just going to get messy. Um, so then we have a credit note that we issued during the course of the month. And it again we issued it, so we sold goods to Lee Shoffley ETB. They returned some of them. They were faulty, or they got too many, or they were the wrong book or something. So they returned them. It's still a sale, as in it will hit the sales day book, but it will go in as a minus item in the sales day book. Okay, so a credit is in the sales day book. An invoice here for cash sales. So somebody came into our shop, purchased, in this case, consultancy. Um, So they paid us in cash, so I presume it was the writing workshop that they engaged in. So €600 or €681 sales day book. Another cash sale will go into the sales day book. Another invoice, so we sold goods um, to LOETB, sales day book. Another invoice to James Street Primary School, sales day book. So then we come along here, and I'm going to park these for the moment and I'll come back to them. I'm just going to make sure that we've nothing else for the sales day book. Don't think we do. Okay, so I'm just going to go back up to the top and see here the first invoice that we have was issued on the 8th of August. Now, in your sales day book, you should put in your entries in date order. So I'm going to see that's invoice number 1003. So I'm just going to make sure that we don't have a 1001. I would imagine we do. So I'm going to put them in date order. 1002, 1001. So on the 3rd of August, we sold goods to James Street Primary School for €8,676. So I'm just going to go down here to my sales day book. Now here's one I prepared earlier. You'll see here I've popped them all in. So I'm taking my invoice. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to see if I can figure out a way to show both on the screen. Um, so we see here James Street Primary School, invoice number 1001 on the 3rd of August. So I come back here and I see on the 3rd of August 2025. So I've taken that information from my invoice. James Street Primary School. Now the account you can put in, I've put in here sales ledger to say that that's where it's ultimately going to end up. Um, you can use that if you want. You can use a code for the supplier, so James Street Primary or whatever. It's entirely up to you what you use. Invoice number 1001. So again, taking that from the invoice, so 1001. It's for an amount of 8676. So 8676. So down here. Okay. So 8676, my total. The VAT amount is 1576. So again, 1576. So just taking the information from the sales day book or from the invoice. The goods at 23%, 6500. So it's this lad here, 6500. And the goods at 13.5%. Oh God, too many screens. The goods at 13.5% is this lad here, 600. So all I've done is take the information that's on my invoice. So I've taken the date, the invoice number, who it was issued to, the total amount, the VAT amount, the goods at 23% and the goods at 13.5%. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight what I took. I took the name of the customer, I took the invoice number, I took the invoice date, I took the total amount, I took these two, and I took the VAT amount. Okay, so that's the information that I took off of my sales invoices. Okay, and all I'm doing at this stage is I'm reducing the amount of paperwork I have, so that I'm trying to get from that 21 pages of invoices and whatever down to just having my 5 day books, so that I can then move on to the next step. So I'm summarizing at this stage. Okay, the reason for breaking down your net sales between your 23 and your 13.5% is so that you can um, do a little bit more analysis. So you might say, okay, this is me selling products. This is how much I'm earning from that. Here I'm selling writing workshops or consultancy or whatever it is. It's bringing in X amount per year. And so that you can kind of say, okay, is that part of my business profitable? It's also, you need to, when you are VAT registered, you need to do return on trade details to revenue on an annual basis, showing the amount of um, money that you made at each VAT rate, and therefore the amount of VAT that you're claiming back or charged on each particular VAT rate. So just it's the return on trading details. So for your sales daybook, that's the information that you need. So I would say to you, the very first step that you do is go through your invoices, or go through all of your source documents, identify which book they're going to go into, then sort them into those books. So put all of your sales invoices together, sort them in date order, and then if you wish, take a highlighter and highlight those little bits and pieces that are relevant for you, and then just pop them into your sales daybook and into the relevant books. Okay, so that's your first book, your sales daybook. I'll come back in 2 secs and do the cash receipts book.